Can you talk about your previous experience with Rio Tinto?
Yeah, back in 2001, I was working as a driller for ProSonic Corporation, trying to make ends meet at a very slow time in the copper mining business. When I got the opportunity to show around the president of Kennecott Exploration Company, show him another copper project I had worked on previously to see if Kennecott might be interested in that. Instead, he suggested I might come to work on their latest and greatest exploration project, which eventually came to be known as Resolution. At the time, it was a discovery of Magma Copper Corporation, owned by BHP, and Kennecott had taken an option to earn 54% of that project by drilling some very deep holes and testing the idea of a giant porphyry copper deposit. That project for me turned out to be a more long-term assignment. I became chief geologist of the project. Certainly wasn't the only geologist working on it. I wasn't the discoverer of Resolution by any means. That was a classmate of mine, Scott Mansky, who played a key role in discovering it. There are other important geological contributors, Don Hammer in particular, and Eric Seedorf at Magma Copper Company, all worked to make that discovery. But Kennecott's contribution was quite significant. They spent big money and drilled very deep holes to demonstrate that a deposit that now stands as the largest copper resource in North America was in the subsurface there. So I became chief geologist of that project, and over the course of the following couple of years, we drilled 20 deep holes into that system. The system is still not drilled out. Maybe as much as half of it's gone, but I got a real close look at the insides, the top, the bottom of one of the world's great accumulations of copper. That exposure and that assignment convinced me of a couple of things. One thing was I didn't want to spend my career drilling a gigantic copper deposit on 75-meter centers. I wanted to be out in the field looking for the next giant copper deposit. And I learned in the process that Rio Tinto was probably the very best mining company in the world in terms of how they work, how they try to interact with the community in the most positive way. And from the time I joined Bell, I've strove to get Rio Tinto's attention and bring them into what we're doing as a way to build value in Bell Copper.